Akashic Tribe. Great to see you guys again. We're going to be talking about some big things right now. What's going on collective with the new moon being in Cancer that started yesterday. It's time for us to talk about some big things that's happening for us all collectively. People who are listening to this right now, or you're going to listen to this in the future, this is going to do something to your body. Get your popcorn right now, because it's time for us to speak. With the Cancer cycle moving into fruition right now, and it being a new moon in Cancer, right now this is the time to rest. Why? Because the divine feminine of all of us is rising deeply. Cancer also rules ancestors. So our ancestors are awakening inside of us. The Mary Magdalene, the Yeshua timeline is opening again in this reality too. So people who lived in Mesopotamia, people who lived in France, people who lived in England, Glastonbury, in this lifetime or in different lifetimes, you're being open right now in this time. You're being open right now because the Golden Templar, the Golden Gate, the Golden Age is happening really deeply right now because the summer solstice just happened. With us moving into a summer solstice, we are in a new cycle in this life on Earth. This is where the sun is coming into fruition more. More vitamin D, more information, more creativity is opening up in our DNA. But let's get back to the Mary Magdalene. There has been some distortion of who this woman is from the Christian books and from some things people have said of how she's a prostitute. I want to be one of the souls to get you guys to see that is not true. Mary Magdalene and Yeshua hold retreats. They hold sacred ceremony. They had mystery schools, and they help people to awaken to more of who they are deeply. And this is what they're doing right now, esoterically. These souls are here in this human experience right now, in different bodies. So, the things that Yeshua will have done, it is still coming into fruition. The things Mary Magdalene done, which is the Mary, which is the M, which is the 13. We are moving into the age of 13, which is the completion of man and woman, where we're going to be bringing in more sacred unions. So some people who are not in their union, you're about to meet your mate right now. If you guys can see me, because I want this message to get out clearly, put a 1 in the chat. If you guys can see me clearly. I knew I broke up. This makes sense. Okay. So I forgot what I said, but what I was saying is Mary Magdalene and Yeshua, these are souls that were showing us the power of divine feminine and divine masculine when they deeply connect. They went to mystery schools together. She helped them to move into a different level of kundalini with one another. They would travel through stargates with one another. This is what we're going to right now deeply, because we see the importance of why divine unions are very important in this reality. We see when a man is not in the home, what does it do to the woman? What do it do to the kids? And what does the ripple effect of that happen to us deeply? That makes the woman hyper masculine and suppression of the feminine. So she's not moving into her original state. Then she put that out to the kids. So if a kid is a boy, what you think that do to him? It makes him more emotional. It makes him more reactive. It makes him more combative. It's a ripple effect of what that does to us collectively when the man is not there. So this is why we have to have the importance of having a man there. Because when a man and a woman is there, those children can activate their full divine consciousness deeply, and they don't have to go through that trauma like we all did deeply. So, man, I want to invite you to release the things from women. Release the thing that women just want your money. because what they really want is just security and love from you deeply. This is what the Cancer season is trying to show us deeply. Cancer is the energy of give and receive. We got to get out the energy of overgiving and overtaking and the give and take. We got to get out of that energy. Everything's a give and a receive, and you give. When the more you give, the more you receive. But if you've been imbalanced, you feel like you do not want to give, or you feel like you do not want to fully receive because of what you went through in your reality. So if you went through some things in your reality where you feel like you could not have that masculine and feminine template, that masculine and feminine presence, be it for yourself right now. Because you are your mother, you are your father in real time. You are the mother, you are the father, you are the inner child, all at the same time. That's the Holy Trinity, which is the triangle. The more you activate your triangle, you activate others too. This is why you had Jay-Z doing the pyramids, and when he do things in concerts, he's always showing the pyramid. He's always showing the triangle, which is the first sacred geometry symbol. That is the unconditional love frequency, which is the 369 Tesla technology. This is the deep information of what these souls were trying to give us. Once we understand the esoteric knowledge of it, this is how we can apply it, and we can be God in our earthly reality. So with this Cancer season coming to fruition, if you're feeling called to rest. Do not want this information. They do not want this information to come out. She said, can you repeat what the 369 mean? The 369 is the triangle, the Holy Trinity. That's the mother, that's the father, and that's the inner child. That's the 3, that's getting us to the 6, and that's getting us to the 9. When we activate the 3, the 6, the 9, that's when we move into the God frequency. When we move into the God frequency, this is how our reality becomes everything synchronicity. Everything is highest alignment. So this is why Tesla was giving us the information of the 3, the 6, the 9, because the 5 sacred geometry symbols of all life, if you simplify all the numbers, it equals up to 9. And it's funny that we're in the year of 9, because we're bringing a different completion of when the divine feminine is rising. That's going to bring a different frequency of the masculine, you see. Because we've been in a patriarchal system for 2,000 years. And you see how that's crumbling right now deeply. This is why you're seeing that we potentially might go through World War III. So if we go through World War III, you need to be in tune to your psychic abilities. We got to get out the energy that psychicness or clairvoyancy, all these psychic gifts, is demons or it's bad. Why would you not want to be in your gifts? I want you guys to critically think. Why you want to not be in the energy that you can see beyond the veil? Why you don't want to be in the energy that you can talk to trees? Why you don't want to be in the energy that you can get energies from your dreams? Why you want to be normal? Why you want to be mediocre? We are more than this human vessel, you see. We are not this body. We are light in a body. This is a human experiment, so we can shift into a different level of consciousness. So we got to get out that energy, man. I ain't trying to be psychic. I ain't trying to be. You too deep. Why not be deep? Because we see in this reality that us being surface area, it is people from the deep state controlling the mind, you see. It's time for us to free the mind. That's what the age of Aquarius means. It's freeing our mind. And we're giving you guys free information right now through Adewale, Matthew, Adewale. It's time for us to move into the frequency of being in our heart. The more you live in your heart, this is how you get to New Earth. If you do not live in your heart, you cannot move to move Earth. You cannot move to move Earth. You want to access the Akashic records. You want to activate the infinite knowledge of all. If you're not in your heart, you cannot access that state. It's just what it is. So you want to release any trauma from the past timelines, cut those threads so you can move into your heaven on earth state. This is why it's very important. If you work on your healing, you work on your trauma, you get out that darkness, you unlock your memory. Once you release the fear from the past trauma of Atlantis, Lemurian, or anything that you went through in wars around the galaxies, and you release those fields out your field, you unlock your full memory. And then you remember what you came here to do. And then you start to unlock other people too. And this is what the energy of the 144,000 of the people are here to do, to be the messengers of Christ consciousness, what Yeshua and Mary Magdalene was too. And you see how they try to distort their energy and how they even try to create a religion from their frequency and then try to distort it to control the mind, you see. But right now, in this time, it's time for us to free our mind. We're taking back our power. We're starting to say no to anything that does not serve us in this reality. So if you don't feel a resonance to people in your soul, in your body, in your consciousness, start saying no. Start pressing X. Start scrolling. Start you being the teachers. You start being the messenger. If you're not resonating with a messenger or a teacher, that means you're on a different frequency of that teacher. That they're not the teacher of you, you see. That means you need to start teaching you see, because we are all messengers. We are all God in the flesh, you see. But sometimes you have different tiers, you have different frequencies of what God consciousness you are at too. This is why we are one. We are bringing in the law of one, but we ain't all the same, baby. We ain't all the same. I am not a chicken. I am not a fish. I am not a lion. I am Adewale Matthew Adewale right now in this time and place. This time and space. But I am not like an animal. I am not an animal. I can speak. I can speak light language. So I want you guys not to let this go over your head of what I'm saying, but I want you guys to fully understand that we are all one, but we are all not the same. So when people try to put you in a box, you need to get out that box. This is what Cancer season trying to show us. When we honor the feminine, she honor everyone else. And this brings a different healing on this planet on Earth. Because Cancer is the energy of the fourth house. The fourth house is the energy of land. We honor the land. We're going to move to a different frequency of Earth. We put in trash on the land. We put in trash on the ocean. We're not honoring the land. We don't talk to the land. And this is why we are seeing chaos entering this reality. So when people say, why do I feel like I'm in hell state? What are you doing that is creating this hell state? And what are you not doing? These are very important things that you want to be asking yourself in this reality, because we have the gift, we have the ability to shift timelines. We are architects of this reality. People think that the planets, we move by the planets, but we also move the planets. So once you understand that power within you, you start to shift reality differently. Everybody that you meet, you start to activate their soul. You start to do something to them, and you don't even have to say anything to them. This is what Cancer season is trying to show us deeply. This is what this new moon trying to show us deeply, which is trying to get us to see that we are everything. And we can shift the reality just by the way we think and the way we move and how we tap into our creation capabilities. This is what this Cancer season is trying to show us. Cancer is also cancer, like the sickness. So if you're feeling like you have some cancer cells, you have some cancer energy inside of you, that means you are at dis-ease. What is keeping you at dis-ease? Because you need to be ease. We don't need no doctors. We don't need to go to no hospitals. We need to go into nature. Because everything that is medicine, God has given us for free. God has given us for free. But if you do not think that, that's the reality you are in. Because what you think, that's the reality you are in. So we have to take our power back and understand that we are sovereign beings. We are not lost. The more you say I'm lost, the more you start to create that reality. You do not have to be lost. It is people here in this reality right now. They're going to different ley lines. They're going to different cities. They're going to different countries. They're going to different states. They're doing retreats. They're doing things through lives. They're doing things through podcasts. They're doing these things to activate the Christ consciousness. So if you are one of those beings, but you've been scared to speak, or you've been scared to teach, stop that. Because you're delaying the heaven on earth timeline for us deeply. Stop worrying about if your hair isn't done. Stop worrying about if you don't like your teeth. Stop worrying about if people is going to judge you. Stop worrying about those people. You need to worry about the people that needs help, and they need to hear your voice. They need to see your authenticity. This is how we're going to activate the original source of all of us in this reality. We are all a code. We are all source codes. But if you believe you are not and is separated from you, you are in a lower, denser reality. And you do not have to be. You're making that choice to be. None of us is being controlled. None of us are being controlled. And if you feel like you are being controlled, are you going to allow someone or let a frequency or a country or a government control you? Or are you going to stand up tall because you know you are I am, you are source, you are all that is? This is what source of creation wants us to all to understand. This is what Yeshua has been trying to tell us. This is what Mary Magdalene been trying to tell us. This is what Buddha been trying to tell us. This is what Shiva been trying to tell us. This is what Malcolm X been trying to show us. This is what Martin Luther King been trying to show us. All these leaders from all these past timelines been trying to show us. When are we going to see the bigger picture? Or we're going to just play victim? Or we just going to wait for our reality to just happen, than creating our reality to happen? You can command reality in the flesh. You can do this. So the people who's worried about money, and you say, I don't got no money. What are you doing to create money? What are you giving to people? What are you giving to people? If you give people information, you give people solutions to their problems, you will not have to worry about money, because money is a frequency. If you do not have money, it's a reflection of your frequency. Today, we're talking about truth. This is divine truth. And the truth will set you free if you allow it to happen inside of you. That's the Libra, that's the Venus, which is the Mayat, which is the truth, which is the mother, which is the Mother Mary. It's all synchronicities about you. The astrology is the body, that's about you. The church, that's the temple of you. It is you. The all that is you. When are you going to see that you are God in the flesh? Or are you going to stop playing? It is so many people that's wanting to awaken. There's so many people that's ready to activate. There's so many people that don't have the knowledge, or they don't have the exposure, but you have the exposure. So are you giving that knowledge, or you're staying hermit? You're staying in a house. You're staying in a house, and there's other people hurting. And you got information that can help other people. Why? Because you feel like people are judging you, but it's you really judging yourself. So stop judging yourself. You think Mary Magdalene stopped doing what she was doing when people were telling her she was a prostitute? She was doing tantra magic that some people can't even fathom what she was even doing. So in their consciousness, they could see that she's a prostitute, but that baby, she's not a prostitute, baby. She was shifting reality just from her sexual energy, just from her being. So we have to start to see what these stories were trying to tell us about us. The energy of the Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, all these people, they are real beings. And some of them are you. So when are you going to realize that these stories, these movies are about you? And they're not a folk tale. They're about you. The dark got to give you the light, baby. The dark has to give you the information, or their magic cannot happen, baby. So when are you going to realize they're talking about you? What you think Disney is when they have the castle? What you think that castle is? The seven heaven gatekeepers of heaven. How God created everything in 7 days. What you think that means? What you think 7 is? 7 means spirit. 7 means knowledge. 7 means esoteric knowledge. Everything's a code. Everything's information if you allow it to be in your soul. But if you just look at the surface area, you don't see the full picture. How you are the book of life. You are the Akashic book of life. We are all walking libraries if you allow yourself to be that vessel of source. So this is the information, this is the transmission that I wanted to give you guys all today, because this new moon in Cancer is opening up something deeply inside of us. It's opening up something in our hearts. It's opening up something in our nervous system. It's opening up something in our heart chakra. It's opening up something in our solar plexus, so we can tap into a different level of frequency. We can tap into a different level of creativity. And we have to release the victim mentality. And we cannot change the world if we just be in the house, because that's Cancer. They like to be hermit. We cannot be in a house and we trying to shift into heaven on earth. And if you're going to do this in the house, you need to be in a meditation and go into remote viewing and go into teleportation. That's a different way you can access other people too. Going to biolocations, going to different places and dimensions, and going to different past timelines to shift into this heaven on earth timeline if you want to stay in the house. But we all have these capabilities. We just have to be in the thought frame, the thought consciousness, to open up that reality and stop playing with ourselves. You are God. So when you keep asking people, who am I? You are God. When you're starting to feel lost, you are God. You are God. You are everything and nothingness. It is other people inside of you that is also you. This is why when you meet people, you feel like you're talking to you. Because everything is you. Everything's a mirror to you. This is why Michael Jackson have the song, I'm talking to the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. The man got to change his ways. The patriarchal system got to change his ways. And if it don't change his way, it's going to burn. And I'm not telling you what I think. I'm telling you what I know. It's going to burn. If you do not access a different level of your light body and your soul consciousness, is going to feel like everything is crumbling inside of your eye. It's going to feel like something's going on and you're going to feel lost. So if you're feeling lost, that means surrender into the unknown. And so you can figure out the real you, which is the all that is, which is the God frequency inside of you. It's no longer time for us to just go by a book that you read from a religion book. It's time for you to open your book and see the experience you had in this reality so you can help other people in this earthly reality. Being a real teacher is being an embodied teacher from experience. From experience. If you do not have experience, it's going to be hard for you to teach anything. So make sure you guys are deeply going through your process of what taught you and what you learned from that, and you teach from that. You don't got to be teaching from a book that you don't even understand what it means. That's the preaching. And we're not in that timeline of preaching. We are in the timeline of embodiment teaching. This is what Yeshua been trying to teach us. This is what Mary Magdalene been trying to teach us. So if you lived in the ancient Kemet timeline, this is why you came back in this timeline. If you lived in the timeline where you was in Africa and you was royalty, this is why you're here in this timeline. If you lived in the Buddha consciousness timeline, this is why you are here in this timeline. If you lived in a timeline where you was a martial art, this is why you are here in this timeline, because martial art is matriarch. It's matriarch of protecting the divine feminine. So we don't even understand the source energy of why martial art even came into fruition, because we knew the power of the feminine and we needed protectors as man to activate the neo-consciousness of us as man. So if you're feeling like you are a man and you're trying to figure out how to move more into your psychic ability, go into martial arts. It will open up inside of you. This is what they were showing us in Karate Kid. Everything is a documentary about you. It ain't movies. They're documentaries about you and how you can awaken something inside of you. This is a stimulation. This is a stimulation. So how are you using a stimulation to move to a new level of the game so you can access a different level for other people who are stuck in the game and don't even know that they are in the game? Sims. This is what this is. This is Sims. This is Grand Theft Auto. Are you going to be the player in Grand Theft Auto in Sims where you don't know that this is a game, or are you going to realize this is a game and you're going to create a new heaven on earth in this game? So this is the information that I want to give you guys today. Love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Stay aligned. Stay divine aligned. When you feel lost, lean into source. Lean in creation. Lean into your heart. And everything that you're looking for is going to come from that state. Peace, love, light. I'll see you guys soon.